Mr. John Bell is always the first one in the chat. Welcome, buddy. Just going to jump right in. We're doing all T11 today. I got some trophies to make back up. Had a series of disconnects and unfortunate nonsense losses and dropped all the way down to 47, 44. So we got some work to do. Ooh, starting off with a nice wind here. I'm going to try and blast it over to, it looks like we're going to have to go full OP. Maybe if we use full topspin, we won't have to go quite full OP, but it's going to be a lot. Anyway, the goal here is to get it to land on the rough over there in that second fairway and roll out. There's a danger going deep into the rough or into the trap, which is why I don't generally like using full overpower or full topspin here. But with the relatively low wind and that being at a slight angle, I wanted to go ahead and crank that up so we wouldn't have to use full topspin. Nice. Exactly what we were looking for there. Caught the rough, rolled right out of the fairway. We'll have a nice wedge. This is an adjustment that I used to have dialed in with high-level rapier that I've since adjusted to the level 7 end bringer. So it's a little bit different, but just a little bit different ring play. It's just that slightly more accurate percentage to where your rings are just a little bit different with the level 8 or 9 rapier versus the level 7 end bringer. Wow, that was a very cavalier adjustment from Joe here. That push back up to max looked like he went way far right. I don't know. Looks like he's going to end up in the trap. Yeah. What's up, Levi? I appreciate it. Thanks for the good luck, brother. Thanks for being here. We'll give it a go, see what we can do. We can straighten this one out for the most part. Should be relatively straightforward then. So that looks good as far as offset, and we're going to go just cut the wind in 2/3. So, oh, geez, what's that? It's not quite. We'll go with 5.9. I have to release from the right here, which I don't like doing. Yeah, and that's what happens. Hey-oh, Sandy Bell's in the house as well. Both of the Bells, thanks for being here. You need a little Tour 11 crash course, Levi, do you? We'll see what I can do. Lesson number 1, time yourself well so you don't have to release from your not favorite side. If you release from right to left, try and make sure your timing is such that you can release from right to left. If you release from left to right, it's the same thing. Poor timing there. I think I actually probably could have let it swing all the way back over and back again, but I didn't want to chance timing out. But, I mean, great right, missed just on the right edge, so you got to figure a perfect shot that's going in. That's basically what you're looking for in this hole. If you get any kind of tailwind, if you got a high-level driver. Otherwise, just lay up over on the right for a short iron or a minimum long iron. That works as well. It's a difficult second shot if you have to lay up over on the right side, but it's makeable. You just have to find the line. Usually for a second shot from over there, I'm using 3 to 4 bars of right spin to try and get it just over and up on this hill and then catch that right line down right to the cup. With a short iron, you're in max range, and you're going to have to use like 2 or 3 bars of topspin, kind of depending on whether or not there's a headwind or a tailwind. And then your adjustment here is tricky, though, for if you're playing over on that right side because of the changes in elevation along the lines where you're moving your target. So It's one of those times where it's very useful to utilize the 1159 1201 poles in order to offset some of that elevation change. I'm tempted to play a rough bump here. I haven't had much success with it, but it's there for the taking. Especially in a tailwind like this, it's a difficult shot trying to line up with your driver, because watch when he adjusts back. If he doesn't have a cataclysm bag on, if he's in a sniper range, he's going to be adjusting back into that range, and it's going to drop back way into the rough way back there. So we'll see along his pole line if he comes back into wood range. He's got a cataclysm on, so it's a smooth transition anyway, but we will not have that same fortune because I've got a sniper bag with my Thor's hammer on here. So if we adjust too far back, then we're going to have to end up using some underpower, which is why I think I'm going to try and get this rough bump, see if we can get this to work. Now I'm tempted not to. Let me see how far back I can come. Oh, all right. Well, I think we should be able to get it. We'll just have to go. I'm going to play for this offset. I want to play over to the right side anyway and let it funnel, use that funnel to the pin. Plus 25 at a min. 2.2, 2.6. We're going to, oh, it's just going to be a 10 ring adjustment. I'm going to pull back as far as it'll let me, just to give me some leeway here. And offset that wind push as well. There's a really nice funnel off on the right side here. Oh, I didn't quite find it. Oh my. Too much curl. Ooh, ugly, but we got the win. And it's a good thing I pulled back there at the end there, because otherwise I would have been in a rough on the first bounce. That's a tricky one in a tailwind with a sniper bag on. Fortunate there to get the win. It was not a well-played shot by any means. I think I just used too much curl. You don't want to come in that far to the right. I'm not used to playing it in any kind of tailwind with a driver, so it's a little bit odd to try and see that. Oh, what a wind we have here. I'm tempted to try and drive the green just because of this gift of a wind. It's so nice. Yeah, why not? Let's just see what we can do. Why not? I would love to try and hook this one over there, but I think a hook is going to be too much. I think we just go full beans with a Titan, full topspin, go over to the left a little bit and see if we can just catch that rough and jump up onto the green. See what our opponent does. I think you want to be great left here if you're great on either side, which he was. Should be useful. Looks like it's landing nicely. How far will it go? Very far. Okay. So we want it to go full beans, but I will use full topspin to make sure that we at least get over, but not full beans. Oh, we haven't even higher wind. Let's see. We'll go with half beans. I missed great left just like he did. It was pretty poor great left, but it's landing. Will we catch the rough? No, too far. We'll be in the exact same spot he is. Plus 25 at a min. Yes, sir, Levi. That's how I play that one. Generally into a headwind, though. It's a tricky one. I've discussed this before. When they released Drumore, it was in Tour 12, and I was streaming, playing Tour 12 at the time. and I played that one pretty much exclusively with a Cataclysm. But Tour 11, my wood of choice is the sniper. So it's been it's a really tricky one to get figured out with that adjustment back into the sniper range, because even a power 3 ball isn't enough for your sniper to reach the fairway there, which is just annoying. How's everybody's tournament going for so far? Oh, good shot from our opponent. I wasn't sure how much time I would have to dedicate to the rest of the qualifying rounds, so I went into both of my qualifying rounds with the intent to try and qualify, and if things went wrong, then to just turn it into a hacker round. But this course is not my cup of tea. I prefer the more difficult ones. This one's going to see some really, really, really low scores, which is fun, but again, just not my cup of tea. Oh, way off. Levi, that's exactly what I did. My first account, I went minus 13, and then my second account, I went minus 16. This account, I went minus 16 on my second go-around, so not too shabby. All right, see if we can take the rubber match from Joe here after a poor showing thus far. On the bright side, I've got the hockey game to watch while I'm streaming as well, so pardon me if I'm a bit distracted. Let's see what's going on in the Bushwhackers chat. Dolson with a minus 17. Bravo, sir. Let's see what other kind of scores we got. Some hamburgers must be nice. Slick Shot Steve with a 14. Good stuff. I'm not sure who Woods Liger is, but 16 from JJ as well. JJ does a great job. He's generally the one putting together the Bushwhacker notes, so much thanks to him as always. Gotta love these Bushwhacker mofos. Both at the same time, did you? Bad rollout from our opponent. Unlucky. I'm going to switch back to my Thor bag here. This is one where our target's going to end up so far uphill that we're not even going to need overpower, even though it's going to look like we will. So right in the middle of the pad, we're already at 5, and we're just going to go 5 more. I am going to use just a notch of overpower, but not as much as it looked like. Need to get my timing down. Ooh, still found the fairway. See how deep that went, though? Even that little overpower probably wasn't necessary. Second shot here is going to be a thorn. I'm always playing this one full backspin. And plus 15, and if you use a slider bar, then that makes it a little bit easier, but I'm just going to use some Kentucky windage math and try and see if I can figure it out. I know there's a lot of tournament streams and tournament content going on right now, so I hope everyone's enjoying that. And if you do stop by here, feel free to drop a comment and give you a shout out, say what's up. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll be sure to let you know just how I'm playing these holes. From those of you that are unfamiliar, I play with no app. It's all just in my head, so I'm just doing all the maths on the fly, seeing what we can do. It's a lot of feel and just general know-how from playing Tour 11 so often. So a lot of it's just kind of like that. But this is one where I always play it at a plus 15%. You just got to kind of figure out what percentage you're at. We should probably be somewhere around a mid here. There's max. Yeah, so we'll just do plus 15 at a mid. Lots of offset here. It's going to want to hang out to the right because of the funnel on the hill. So I'm not going to offset as much as I normally would for a 14.6 mile an hour wind. But at a mid, I'm going to go like, we'll call it right about there. So plus 15%, we're going to add 2.2, 16.6 at a mid. We'll call it 7.3. So just cut it in half, 7.3. Bad timing again, but we should be able to release from our preferred side anyway. So close. Give it a good look. Gave it a good look. What's up, Ryro? How we doing? Oh, I missed the Blues goal while I was playing the hole. Tie game 1-1 with the New York Rangers. Last time I looked up there on the power play, so hopefully they scored a power play goal. We're on quite a little streak right now. We're a really good team, but we've been super streaky this year. It's wild. And when they go into a funk, they go into a funk, and we'll lose 3 or 4 in a row. But then when they come out of it, they win 8 or 9 in a row. So very odd team, but lots of fun. Straight headwind here, 10-5, huh? Okay. So this is a blind setup shot. I'm going to go with not quite all of the right spin and 6 and a notch backspin. So we're lining this one up. We're going to play at plus 20 at a min. Lining this one up to where this is already at six rings here. So plus 20, 12.6. So that's exactly 9. And then to take 3 more. A little bit of right curl. Go in. Why don't you just go in? It's annoying when they don't go in. I'll take it, though. Oh, no. What's up, Chris? Thanks for the good luck, brother. You're jumping on, are you, Ryro? All right. Let's go, mofo. Let's go. We're pushing hard. We're pushing hard. We surpassed 300,000 clan points today, so that's how hard this clan is pushing. We catch a lot of flack for being the weirdos of the 19th, but we have a lot of fun, and when we're serious, we're serious. As you can tell by the 300,000 point total already this push season, we've had all kinds of stuff going on. We had our main man, Peter Johnson, breaking the 24-hour clan point record, grinding his ass off, ending up at 4,700 something points. Absolutely ridiculous. Good 3-game set between us and Joe here. We'll take 2 out of 3. Speaking of clan points, that's 48 of them. Bing, bang, boom. It's not 4,700 by any means, but every little bit helps. Yeah, bushwhackers are fun, that's for sure. I found my home here. I've been in 3 different 19th clans. I started off in the Alley Cats. I went to the fam. But I mean, as much fun as they were, bushwhackers is I found my home here with these crazy mofos. It's nonstop bant. With a tailwind here, I feel comfortable leaving on a sniper bag with a Thor's Hammer level 7 because we'll get down there deep enough that we'll be able to play a sniper no matter what. But if we got a headwind, this is a hole where you're going to want to put your longwood in play, especially with lower level drivers. Not that a whole lot of people are playing Tour 11 with low level drivers, but you got some catching up to do you? Where you at, Chris? Let's see. Should we take a look? Oh, you're not so bad. You're only a few behind me. Yeah, 700 behind me. I'm in danger of losing my top 10 spot. I worked hard to get there. Week 1, I posted my weekly league, 2.6 billion. Week 2, I hit the 0T glitch, so I'm not sure what I ended up at, but it was more than that. Because it switched over to the glitch at 250 or 2.5 billion rather. So that's the nice thing about playing the higher tours. I can't play as much as I used to, but when I do grind, they're worth so many more clan points. All right, Impossible Alba time here. Oh, we're nice and deep. All right. I've had the most success playing this one when I utilize right spin and offset right edge. Even with this straight wind, I'm going to offset right edge. Even a little bit further to the right. And with as deep as we are, I'm just going to play it right at 1-to-1, see what happens. Let me use a slight pull to the right. Timing seems to be better now. Hit the pin. The only time I seem to make this one is when I hit the pin dead on. I mean, if you're even just slightly to the left or right, then it just doesn't drop. Too much to the right there. Is it unusual for you to see him in Tour 11, Ryro? That's my club of choice. That's what I usually see. Well, it's either level 10 maxed out sniper is not really like a really great achievement or anything, maxing out a common club, but it's generally, a lot of people using the level 7 cataclysms. As much as I see people streaming and using Guardians, I've never really been a Guardian guy. I utilize them situationally in tournament play, and I did have a Guardian bag when I was still playing Tour 12. And if I ever jump back up there, then I'll probably have one, which is kind of nice because I can play 1-to-1 games with that and not have to use a wind chart or anything. But like that looks really good. That's going in. Oh, no, it's not. Because it didn't hit the pin. Like I said, it didn't hit the pin. Otherwise, it would have been in. Yeah. Lots of Cat 7s, which is a monster club. But the Sniper has always and will always be my absolute favorite club in the game because that was the first one where I figured out how to do ring play with. And it's one where I've never once had a wind chart for. I never even had to look up a wind chart for. It's always just been my OG, how I actually learned how to play this game and how I learned how to dial in shootout holes was with a Sniper using my 1-to-1 math in my head kind of thing. So that was it. I'll always love it, and I'll always go back to it in Tour 11, even though there are holes where it puts me at a severe disadvantage in Drumore. Oh, we got our favorite hole again, and we've got another... not quite a straight headwind this time. So we're going to use a little bit less right spin and a little bit more back spin. Plus 20, so we're going to add 1.7. 10.3. We're already at 6. So we just need 1.3. No curl this time. We'll just let the wind push it over there. I could have even used another notch of backspin, but pretty good for a blind shot. We'll see how it does. I don't lose in Paris often. I brag about it, but I really don't lose in Paris often. Paris shootouts are my jam. Paris holes in general. They've been in Tour 11 for so long, and it's been my favorite tour for a long, long time. Yeah, I feel like the Guardian is more of a really situational tour bag. There aren't a whole lot of holes in Tour 11 where it comes in handy for me. But like Ian, I know is a big Guardian player. James Gillespie, the Alley Cats, big Guardian guy. Clutch used to be a Guardian player. It was never my club. That extra distance is nice, and you can get away with not having a lot of topspin on most holes with a wood, because you're not going to be dropping shots if you're using topspin with a wood very often. Having a power 5 ball here, our opponent's able to play a sniper even into a headwind. We'll see how this goes. Usually poorly, as he comes up short. That's how it usually looks when someone tries to play a shot like that. Yeah, when a new course jumps in there, it's kind of a free-for-all because everyone's still trying to figure them out. That was one where I felt like the shootouts were fairly straightforward. I didn't really ever have difficulties with any of them. The very first one that I had was that one with that funnel off the back, like right behind the pin. And I accidentally found it and landed like 0.8 away. And then I had one of the other ones in my very first effort, I landed like 0.06 away or something. I was like, well, these are going to be easy, I guess. Because my very first instincts were right on them. So that was useful. What is this ball? It had some fun things on there. Is that the new one? What's the new one? The community ball? I bought some, but I don't know what the hell they are. Is that what it is? All right. Start my adjustment off here at the +8 mark. And we're going to find the left side of this sticky spot with this crosswind. I ended up at +9. That's all right. We're going to add 10% to play at an 11.1 at a max. Should end up in just a little bit of overpower. Well, not quite, but that's all right. Our curl here, usually it's there, but with this crosswind, I'm going to go another half a ball to the left. Oh, caught the rough. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that caught the rough. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the way it was with those holes, though. Most of the time, it was a battle of 1 yard to 0.8 yards. Courses like that don't last long in Tour 11. They take them out pretty much immediately. I wasn't surprised to see it go. I was a little disappointed they brought Maple Bay back, but that's okay. Our opponent did not put the sniper, the longwood bag on here, but with a tailwind, he might not get punished. Even with a good shot, he's not going to get punished, which is unfortunate because he played this completely wrong, but he's not being punished. Oh, well. I usually play at plus 10, Levi. So we're going to go... I'm going to utilize some curl here. That's at our 6 yard mark. 6 ring mark, rather. And 6 is going to be 10. I'm going to play this plus 20, 2.4, 14. We're at 10, so we're going to go another 3.5. So just slight overpower. A little bit of curl. Oh my word. How does that not get out? I can't believe that. Oh, you don't need a win 4-ball, Chris. It's all good. Just play Titans. No, I would suggest Kingmakers when you're first getting used to it. Until you're used to it, play Kingmakers. If you've got them to spare, that's a great way to learn a tour. No one's going to fault you for playing Kingmakers in Tour 11. No one will fault you for playing Win 4-balls, actually. Lots of those. When new Win 2 power or Win 5 power 2 balls come out, that's all you see. All right, see if we can get some wizardry here. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Right side rough bump. Yeah, there's a line through there where you can actually attack the pin. It's just real tricky. You got to be in the exact right spot to be able to try and play it. Ooh, this is everyone's favorite hole. Just a Keating. Everyone hates this hole, except for me. I play it as plus 20 at a max. With a tailwind like this, I'm going to play it with a little bit over 4 bars of backspin and have it come in from left to right and hopefully just roll right up there, right next to the pin. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Even I get this one wrong, very, very wrong sometimes. Yeah, so Win 4, Win 5 balls. You'll see a lot of premium balls in play here. Yeah, you get used to it. It's fine. I'll play a Titan pretty much no matter what. Oh, that's a good reminder for me to turn on my Do Not Disturb mode. All right. Plus 20 at a max. So we're going to play this 12.4. Just over 4 bars of backspin. And we want it to offset on the left side. $12.5. 7.6. I'm even going to use a little bit of baby curl back to the left to offset this wind direction. Easy enough. Hung out further to the left than I thought it would. Didn't need the curl in the end, but safe shot there with our opponent so far away. We're really just looking for wins and claim points. Doubt we'll get a rematch, but who knows? Maybe we will. Nope. All right. Do Not Disturb. On. We'll see if it actually does anything. Oftentimes it'll let all kinds of stuff through anyway, so So, Ryro, are you watching the hockey game then? Or are you just watching content? See, now it's still just letting things through. Oh, well. That's my brother and sister-in-law. Probably sharing Snapchats of their super cute kid. Just about to be 1.5 years old, I believe. Back to learning about things, eh, Chris? Yeah. It just takes a long time. Tour 11 was my nemesis when it was the top tour. I just couldn't break in. It didn't matter what I did. I didn't have the bankroll or the knowledge, to be honest with you. I was still flailing about kind of on my own with Tour 10 maxed when Clans came around, and I found the 19th hole, and I found all kinds of other things. And then Tour 12 opened up, and suddenly Tour 11 was a lot easier when all the sharks kind of disappeared and went to Tour 12. It was a race to get to 6270 that day and all the good fun that was had. But that's when I really got to dial in everything in Tour 11, and then eventually moved up to Tour 12 as well when I had the bankroll to do so. But Tour 12 is just too much of a grind. I feel like I need to use Kingmakers for the majority of the time just to compete in Tour 12, whereas on Tour 11, I know I can pretty much dominate the Titans, so that's what I do. All right, I go red on the rough here. I'm just going to play it as 1-to-1 with this, so plus 10 in the max, essentially. I'm just going to take them all in one. I'm going to do some Cavalier ring play myself. Seen enough of that from our opponents that I'm going to start doing it as well. We'll call that 1-to-1. Cavalier ring play is fun. All right, so this is the way I was talking about playing this hole. I think it was the first hole we had on stream. Didn't quite get the distance that I was looking for, so it'll likely be a minimum distance grizzly. Yeah, especially into a headwind. See what I mean about do not disturb mode doing absolutely nothing? Oh, yeah, Chris, that one's fun. Yeah, the wind effect is massive on that one. It doesn't always play as a big downhill adjustment, but the wind effect, no matter which direction you're going, is massive. And, yeah, end of 2, Ryro, end of 2, all tied up. We'll get you. No worries, we'll get you. It's coming. We're on our hot streak right now. Get in the hole! That's the other way to play this, is with a full backspin shot over onto that side. I've had less success playing that way than I have playing back on this side of the fairway, so this is the way I tend to do it. So dead man, full right, and with a headwind like this, I'm going to go not quite one top. I'm going to take off 10% at 1-to-1, so we're going to play this as a 7.4. Hopefully we can make it and go to a shootout. I've been talking so much smack about Paris that if I were to lose here, it would be a crying shame. Get in! Ah! But that's kind of what you're looking at there. As I mentioned, the tricky part is adjusting uphill. So you saw there I landed way closer to the rough than I expected on my first bounce. So that was something I should have considered and did not. And thus I over-adjusted just slightly. Or under-adjusted, I guess it was. Yeah, because it was coming in from right to left, and I missed on the left side. Oh, well. Yeah, that's what'll happen there. The wind effect will absolutely compress or contract or expand your ball guideline from what you think it's going to do. So you really have to play offset games where, like, if your second bounce, if you want your second bounce to land in the rough, you have to like offset it all the way to the top or back of the rough before your adjustment, depending on if it's a headwind or a tailwind. Maybe we'll get that one on stream and I can demonstrate a little bit. But again, that's one that I mess up all the time. So it happens. You see people screw it up a lot. They'll try and blast their drive down too far and end up in the rough, and then you're just screwed for the second shot. Or you misplay the second shot completely. All right, level 7 Thor's hammer makes this hole completely different. So I'm going to be putting basically full top spin and as much left spin as I can, utilize full left curl, and blasting it over there for a minimum thorn shot. See what happens. I'm going to pull all the way up to max distance before I start my adjustment on this one as well. Uh-oh. See no evil. So we're going to call that already being at 5 rings. Right in the middle of the fairway out here. And we're going to go, I'm going to go 13 total. So there's 5 and 3. Oh no, my finger bumped it. Back just another notch. All the left curl we got, which really isn't a lot with the Thor, but it's all you need. And leave us a nice min thorn. We'll either try and backdoor it or run it up there, kind of depending on what it looks like. Our opponent, meanwhile, has left himself in a horrible position because this is a makeable par 4, especially with that wind. So leave yourself a short iron. Looks like it's going to be a nasty wind. I think I'm just going to run this one up to it with this wind. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Should be probably a min thorn, like plus 10. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. The green here is really weird, so playing the full backspin shot is nice when you get it to go, but it's a difficult one if you don't know how the green plays. Our opponent leaves himself not a straightforward putt by any means. Not one that they'll likely miss, but it is missable from there. Let's see where we're at. Well, the full backspin shot's going to be our only play then from there. So it's going to want to, from here, hang out to the left. So I'm basically just going to offset this one like right there. So, and just play it right at a min. So 10.5, not quite 4 rings. We'll just call it, yeah. Oh no. Wow. Holy smokes. I'm just glad I got that one off. Whoops. That was poor. I thought I had plenty of room there, and it just jumped straight back into end-bringer range. Oh, I was worried about timing out. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. horrible misplay that was. You see what an odd looking putt that one is, though. That's why I said it was going to be missable. Found the perfect, so it didn't really matter, but a great ball there could very easily go right outside the edge. Oof. Oh, we're back in Paris, and I get to go first. Ooh, interesting wind here. All right, all the way to the left. 2 backspin. I'm going to play it plus 20 at 1-to-1. So I had 2.5, 14.9 with a hard 11.59 pull. Let's see, this much crosswind. I'm going to go with 3/4 of a ball curl to the right. Get up there. All right, setting a marker. With this wind, that's going to be a tough one to beat. I mean, it's beatable, but it's going to be a tough one. Damien, what's going on? I saw you were on with some pro rounds. How'd they go, brother? I wasn't in your chat yesterday, but on your master stream, I had you on TV while I was grinding and playing my tournament. And, yeah, I saw what happened with your Bushwhackers account, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, asked about it in the chat this morning just to confirm just how bad that was. I mean, absolutely absurd. I guess that's the state of affairs in the Masters brackets, though, man. That's just the way. I mean, it's absurd, but I guess that's just the way it is. Way deep. Unlucky. Good game. Looked like way too little backspin and way too little of an adjustment there from our opponent. Doesn't look like we'll get a rematch. Oh, Baby Pro hack around? Gotcha. I've seen some absurd scores in Pro. Looks like... I mean, I guess all the divisions are they're going to go real low. But Pro seems to be one where people are posting super, super low scores even on day one. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to qualify with a score over par. It doesn't matter what you've done. I mean, you can't... It's just ridiculous. Yeah. They just need to figure out a different format. Like if you want to have a practice round, then have a practice round. You know. The way they do it is based on an old way of thinking. Uh-oh. This looks poor. Looks very poor. Should be an easy W here, unless they can bail themselves out. Yeah. It's one of those things, you know. They set this format up and haven't really changed from it. The only time they really expanded was doing the mini tournament formats. should be, as I said, an easy W. With the equipment we've got and seeing our opponent just jack around like that, we'll just play it nice and safe, crank up the top spin, get over to the second fairway, leave us a easy sniper shot. Unlikely Alba. It's a difficult one to get to go, but he's going to have to bail himself out with a really tough third shot here. Usually have to go around the trees and curl it, so you don't even have a dead-on shot at it. So we'll see. What's up, Jason? Thanks for the good luck, brother. Appreciate it. Wow. Good carry with the good shot there. Tried to just blast it all the way over. Almost caught it all the way up to the green. Could be a situation where if they find a perfect, they're in. All right. This is the line we're looking for. With this headwind, I'm going to utilize a little bit more backspin and some curl. I'm going to play this one at a no elevation, we'll call it. 6 is 7.2, so we'll go 6.2. Was a little over that. Oh well. And some curl to try and find our line. Some great right will help us find our line. Just kidding. If you hit great right and it goes in, then you meant to do it. So I was hoping that I would convince everyone that I meant to do that and it would go in, but turns out I'm just bad. You know what, Jason? You're absolutely right. Spring training's in full effect. It's about time. Yeah. Did you see the double play that Wong and DeYoung pulled today? If you haven't, there's a spring training game against the Astros today, and it is an absolute thing of beauty. If you're a baseball fan, I would encourage you to check it out if you can find it on Twitter or somewhere else. The Colton Wong double play ball. Good save from our opponent. Found the funnel even with the great ball. What I thought was going to be an easy win will now take to a shootout for the win, hopefully. Don't expect the great ball to go in from the rough iron, but it's found the funnel, so be it. Mr. Jim North, what's up? Appreciate the good luck. Thanks for being here. One of my longest supporters, Mr. Jim North. I think he's in every stream I've ever done. This is one of the Drummer holes that I was talking about where it's difficult with a sniper and a tailwind. Oh, and we get a tailwind. Of course we do. So I'm starting to try and figure it out. It's I make my adjustment and then push up 4 rings, basically, is how I've been doing it. 4 rings seems to do the trick. Sometimes. I say that, but sometimes it goes horribly, horribly wrong. We will see. Check out the, if you got Twitter or anything, check out the Cardinals Twitter feed, and check out the replay. It's a thing of beauty. Not bad from our opponent there, to be honest with you. They yell 4, but really, in all honesty, that's not a bad shot. So I'm still trying to figure out this sniper shot that I want to play. All right, there it is. Plus 25%. 2.6, 3.3. We're going to play 17.4. And push up 4 rings. And release from the right because my timing was bad again. Now we're probably going to find some terrible nonsense. Yep. Ah! I think 4 rings is too much. I think I need to go back. I was playing it at 3 originally. I think 3 is the move. Ah. Talk too much smack about being an easy win after they messed up their drive and then found the rough. And hit a great ball out of the rough, but yeah, that's how it goes. Can't win them all. Yeah, Jason, when I've got a Cataclysm bag on, that's how I do it. I set up sniper range and then switch to the Cata. Oh, Chris, this is the one we were talking about. Made much easier with the Thor's Hammer level 7 and Cata 6, I'll tell you that much. So, there's these glitchy, you'll see the glitch roll. That's where I like to start my setup, is find that glitch roll spot. With this crosswind, we're going to set up over there with just a little bit of an offset on the right side of where we're going. I'm going to go 9.8 rings. Oh my word. Please stay in the fairway. It will not. Wow. That's exactly what I was talking about too when we messed this one up. We mess it up by trying to get too fancy and getting down there too deep and you go in the rough. Ugh. The great right killed me there. Oof. You play 30? I played it mostly as 25, but you get some weird reactions with it. Just because of how it's set up. It does weird stuff. Interesting. I'm not sure what our opponent was doing there. They went full overpower, but obviously didn't use too much topspin. Not really sure what that was all about. Nine, 2, 7, 8, 5. It's not quite full OP here. And I believe that's the Spencer Hamilton method. On those shots, don't let it go too long. Just release. Don't let your eyes get squiggly. Should be a wedge from there. See what we can do. Yeah, I played it mostly 25 in Tour 12, Jason. But you're exactly right. And you get some weird... It kind of depends on the wind angle on how you're playing it. It was really, really a weird one and caused a lot of difficulty for me in Tour 12 when it first came out. Damien, where's Damien? Is he still here? That was one that we discussed at length in both of our streams. We were both streaming Tour 12 and matched up when we were Drewmore hole hunting when these holes came out. So that was one that we did talk about quite often because it just played so weird all the time. And no big deal there. Even a great shot will still go in out of the rough here. So we're going to have to make sure we try and bury this. What do we got? I'm going to call this an 8-ring adjustment. Decent funnel. So we'll just offset, say, there and go 8. Come on. Come on. Should have lined it up better. That's exactly right, yeah. You buried a rough bump short iron against me on this exact hole. with a basic ball. Oops. Good times. It's when we matched up, I was like, I wonder if he's streaming too. And so I went and checked, and you were. I was like, oh, I'll jump in the chat. Oh, good times. Good times. I aced that shootout and posted it on, I think it probably should still be there on the 19th page when I aced it, because I was streaming when I aced it and I couldn't believe it. Yes, finally got this stupid hole. But obviously I still haven't figured it out because playing it with a sniper is so completely different. Yeah, look at this wind. Hooky slicey time, baby. What a monster wind this is. I love it. We'll probably catch the light pole just because I'm talking smack about it. I feel like I need to go one more. This is one that can go very wrong very easily, but it's going very right. Yeah, baby! I'll flash the shades for that one. I haven't gotten to play hooky slicing games much on this stream, which is very odd. Maple Bay's back. I feel like I haven't gotten very many Maple Bay holes. And Maple Bay is a very hooky slicey course. I will hook and slice to avoid playing an APOC on the majority of those holes, because that's how I learned how to play them. Even though I've got the high level Apocalypse now, I'm so used to hooking and slicing everything that I almost prefer to do that because it's just so much fun. Ryro, you like I think I need one more. As if that adjustment was exact in any way. So yeah, no, it feels like one more is needed. Oh, unfortunate. Maybe we can make an albatross and put him out of his misery. What a nasty wind this is. That's the funnel we're trying to find, come in from left to right. With this wind, we're going to play a massive offset. Plus 10 at a min, 1.5, 16.2. Holy smokes, I can't even adjust that way. All right, well, that'll be fun. 16.2 at a min, so 10 is 12. And then 4.2, 3.5. Suddenly I can't find a perfect anymore. We were way off anyway. I thought I found a nice consistent spot, but my adjustment was terrible there, obviously. Might not matter. Yeah, it's a nemesis, Jason. It is very much. What's he giving me rolly eyes for? Okay, Todd Father. Whatever, man. Anytime I get any kind of tailwind, I'm blasting a slice over that fairway. It's burned me a million times. I've made it a million times. The most recent phenomenon is catching that light pole. It's nice when it goes well on stream, but just be aware that as many times as it goes well, it goes horribly wrong and you end up in the drink. Oh, I'm not going to jinx it and talk about how this should be a win. Oops, I just did. Burned me earlier in the stream. We'll see. Yeah, Chris. You excuse me. You avoid the grinders when you're staying low like that. Once your trophy count gets up there, though, once you start getting it figured out and you get to the higher levels, it just gets exponentially harder and harder. I don't have that luxury because I've maxed, so when they're still going by max trophy count, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just playing anybody and everybody. I don't usually play folks with 4170 who are making such ridiculous adjustments with short irons, but who knows? Todd Father gave me the rolly eyes, so I'm going to feel free to talk mad shit about him. Sorry, I should have put not safe for work on this one. Come on, Todd Father, give me some rolly eyes. Let's go. Nah, knew that wasn't coming. Oh, stuck in 11? Yeah, that'll happen. When I maxed 11, it was just like, yes, I've done it. I feel like that's it. Like, I'm there. I've finally done it, you know? +4. I'm going to play this one as a 15.5 ring adjustment. I need to push up 4.5 rings. It should be max and then just a little bit of overpower. Yeah, just a notch. Ugh. Find your timing, please. All right, that'll leave us a thorn shot. That'll leave it. Jason, yeah, been there as well. I've been within like a win or two of maxing tours, and then you go on just a massive trophy dump. Yeah, been there. I feel you. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I went on a 16-game win streak in Tour 12 once before I had maxed and got up to like 61-something within like 2 or 3 wins of maxing. And the very next day I was back down to 5170. And then I dumped everything in Tour 10 all the way, or in Tour 11 all the way down until I had to start playing Tour 10 again because I had no coins. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. All right. I play this one as +15, but from not quite max distance, I'm only going to play this +10. So 8.6. It's dead at a 5. Let's see how that does. Perfects just don't exist anymore. I've given up. I don't know what the deal is. I just can't. It seems like that needle is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. 23 on the season for Dan. Angles Dan, GC, for those of you who are unaware. If you're looking for Tour 10 content, check out Angles Dan. That man is a Tour 10 master. I love me some Tour 11. That man is better at Tour 10 than I am at Tour 11. By a considerable margin. So if you're looking for some Tour 10 help, check out Angles Dan. One of a handful of British folks living in Texas. Random, but true. And a lovely member of this wonderful Bushwhackers community. And he's an absolute grinding machine. he was talking about trying to jump up there with. I think it's mostly in jest because no one's catching Pete. That's going in. No, his great shots go in. Mine don't. Lovely. Oh well. Oh, Dan's here. What's up? I just looked up and saw you in the chat. Monster season. Shane's here as well. What's up, brother? What's going on? Oh, you got 2 maxed accounts? Oh, so you've done 11 before then. Okay. We're playing hooky slicey games. Set up with the red on the rough. 8.5. So there's 5. 8.5, and we're going to go 20 more. I don't think I got the full hook there. No, too far. Well, looks like we got the full hook, but just didn't really need the full overpower or that much topspin. I've got the game on TV and I'm not watching it. I told you we were going to get you, Ryro. I told you we were going to get you. Joe, yes. What's up? You're Joe L. Yeah, what's going on, brother? You got me 2 out of 3, I believe. Or did I get 2 out of 3? I think I got 2 out of 3. I can't remember. Yeah, when I saw that wind on that Maple Bay hole, I was like, you have to. I think my very first thought was, what an absolute blessing of a wind. And if I'm not trying to reach the green there, then something is horribly wrong. Speaking of a blessing of a wind... Plus 20 at a max. Let's see. 13.7. So that's going to be... It's going to use slight overpower here. Why not? Ah! It's not going to get back to the pin anyway. Not enough speed. You got to get way deep on that hill in order to get all the way back to the pin. $20K goal. Holy smokes. All right, peace, Ryro. Thanks for stopping by, brother. 20K. I pledged 8 at the beginning of the season, and I've already reached that. So I'm not sure what my new goal is going to be, but it's obviously well above that. Because this tournament, I'm going to eat this tournament's lunch. I think everyone is. So maybe it's not going to be a massive clan point because everyone's going to eat this tournament for lunch, but it's between that and the ability to still grind for almost 2 more full weeks is leading me to believe that I can probably hit 15 if I push real hard, which would be a massive improvement on my max that I've ever hit before. But these mofos are pushing so hard that I feel obligated to just keep going and going and going. So, yeah, Jason, if you're not playing a tour regularly, then that'll happen. Even if you've had it mastered before, because once you jump back down into it, it's that much harder. You're playing the guys who grind it nonstop, and now you've got a higher trophy count, so you're not getting any of the easy matchups either. Oh, what a brutal win this is. Absolutely do not want to go off left edge here, so I'm going to offset a massive distance. Plus 20 at 1-to-1, 2.3, 13.9. And after we adjust, we're going to pull back a ring. I might pull back a ring or two here. Oh no, great left is not good. Oh, we're going to hang on. Would have much rather been great right there. This is a vicious wind. I'll take that. The tendency here is going to be, especially with this wind here, to fall off the left side. So that's your danger area. The ball guideline you can't trust. It's a massive compression or expansion depending on which way you're going, and the changes in elevation are massive also depending on which way you're going. So this is going to go, the adjustment's massively uphill in elevation, which is why I pulled back at the end, and he did not. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But he played it a very different way than I did, and it's going to fall off the left edge, end up 12 yards away. Exactly what we were just describing, and exactly why I was okay with being 4.5 away. And should have pulled back there an additional ring, obviously, because it went way, way deep. So going that far up the side of that hill should required an even bigger push back than I thought. The further to the right you go, the further you're going to need to pull back, essentially, is the way you need to think about that. Chris, you can hit 10K. You're right behind me. You can hit 10K easy. You're at like 7.6 already, aren't you? Layup wind. We blasted one over here earlier and then completely messed up our adjustment. I was going to say a different word there since I already decided this was not safe for work language stream, but plus 20 at a min, 2.9. This is going to be just over. We're going to call it 11, even though it's not quite. Oh my word, we can't hit a perfect. I'm going to drain something awesome and then share it in clan chat on the stream. I'm hitting these streaks where like I'm finding I hit a hat trick of 211 hole-in-ones last week. Dropped a whole bunch of albas. I think I hit a 250. Yeah, I hit milestones of 250 and 125 recently. Just been destroying folks in 211 until like today when I had a massive trophy dump. Well, for a variety of reasons that I won't get into now. Let's just say there were a number of incidental forfeits, timeouts, glitches, disconnects, other various excuses that you could possibly list. But we'll just leave it at that. Pretty deep along here. So probably we're at the point where we're just going to play it at 1-to-1. Let's play offset games and play 1-to-1. I'm going to pull... There's 8-8, so we need 4 more. Wow. Well, it was bad anyway. Should have under-adjusted it by a wide margin. Should have been in +1 or plus 10% at 1-to-1 at the very minimum. I just figured we got deep enough, and with pulling backwards, it would be much closer to 1-to-1. But obviously, that was an incorrect calculation on my part. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we end up with. It's been a pleasure to just to have a clan that is all pushing together like this. It's wild. It's great. I love it. Maybe we'll go take a gander. Let's go see after this opponent if we get another game or not. Let's go see where we would be at in the Champions 100, because I think last I looked we would have been like 15th or 16th, which is just absolutely wild. Yet we're, I think, second still in our bracket. But we're just putting up absolute monster totals, and it's been just an absolute pleasure. And seeing everyone else push that much just makes me want to push that much harder. So I want to set a personal best for sure. So I think my previous personal best was around like 10, and I'm gonna surpass that by a wide margin this season. So, yeah, I've had some seasons where I mean it's been up and down depending on a lot of different factors. I've had a lot going on as far as work goes and just other random stuff, and work's about to get busier again. It got to the point last year where I was only playing one account. Clutch took over Junior for about a month and a half or so, because I didn't even have time to play two accounts because everything was so crazy, and things are getting busy again, but I don't think they're going to get to quite to that point. But lots still in the works. All really good news in my personal life, so I won't get into that too much, but things are looking really good, and I'm really enjoying life right now, both professionally and in my personal relationships. So everything's going well. I got no complaints. No complaints. All right. Well, I appreciate you being here, Jason. Yeah, this is a tricky one. We have a similar win to last time, so that's useful because we just played it. So we'll see how far to the right we end up, but with our opponent in that good of a spot, basically going to go dead even this time and offset right about there. So 11.8 this time. And the pullback. And the baby curl. We found a great right that time. And great right was needed and helped us and got us the win. Woof. Figure a great ball with a sniper is worth a yard, so we probably should have actually still beat him, but who knows, falling off that left edge. Sorry, Drew. Oh, nice. I'm into a pin chest. All right, so we are at 305. That would put us, oh, not quite. 22nd. 22nd. Bunch of absolute monsters. Love it. Pushing. Everyone pushing each other. It's been so much fun. And makes me want to go for my personal best. Seeing Pete do what he's done, you know, it's inspiring. As ridiculous as that may sound for a silly game that we all play on our iPads and on our tablets and on our phones, you know, it's a really neat community that we've built around this little game. And seeing people do something like that where, you know, he's built himself up as this streamer just based on that sheer determination and grinding ability. Like, he puts on a show. He really does. And he puts on a show at the absolute highest level. So we'll add 10% at 1-to-1. So this is a plus 20. max. I'm pushing up 3.5. All the right curl we got with our Thor. Leave ourselves a nice thorn again. Hopefully we can find perfect this time and not lose to an opponent who hits a great ball that goes in, but we'll see. Oh, glad to hear it, Chris. Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's a matter of figuring out, like, oh, we got a navigator. Well, now I feel bad. The shootouts really are, I mean, isn't every tour their key, but, you know, there's so much risk involved in so many of them, and they're really difficult shootout holes where you're on the third tee now. You're using driver for a lot of them. You're usually against maximum clubs, and it's really tough. And the opportunity to make a mistake is massive. And you can end up being, 20 to 30 yards away from the pin, and your opponent can play a safe shot and just laugh his way to the bank. So, it really is tough. 15 to the max. Go just over 8.5. That's a release from the right here. We'll certainly miss to the left with this much wind and a great left. Yeah, poor. Poor. Just poor. All around poor. Yeah, I'm not really much of a gamer either. This is about it. I used to play a ton of FIFA. I tend to play one game and one game only. I find a game that captures my attention and I can play repeatedly and get really good at it, and then just play it nonstop. And that's how I used to be with FIFA. I was really, really good at FIFA. I only played online games then against my friends. I didn't do any of the other nonsense. So I just wore that game out. Before that, it was Call of Duty. I wore that game out. That was one I never really got really, really good at. So I feel like I put less effort into it because I felt like I was always outclassed at it. It was one of those ones where I never really felt like I could be dominant at, so I didn't put as much effort into. Things where I feel like I can really master and get down, I'll put more and more time and effort into. This game is one of them where it was so challenging and so intricate, so much more intricate and challenging than I thought when I even started playing, that it really just captured my attention. And I've tried to study it and get better at it and figure it all out as I've gone. And do I want to just play a cheating full backspin shot just for the sake of winning? Because I can't figure this damn thing out from the sniper. So let's play it at 1-1 and see what happens. All right, not quite 1-1. All right, so I should just be doing that, basically, with any kind of tailwind, because that's just a cheating shot. And just utilize the Thor Hammer 7 and just smash it in there. Golf Clash and Real Billiards. Is that similar where you're playing other people online in a phone pool game basically? You played Tiger Woods? Yeah, you know what? I used to play the hell out of Tiger Woods also. That was a really fun one. Yeah. Video golf is an interesting thing. I never really got into Golden Tee, but this game for some reason captured my attention so much more than Golden Tee ever did. I got friends who are really into Golden Tee, and I never really got into it. But this one, I've mentioned this on the stream before, but how I got into the game. A buddy of mine downloaded it. We were over there. I think we were watching some kind of sporting event. I was sitting over at his apartment, drinking beers, hanging out, and he's playing Golf Clash on his phone and just like totally into it and just like going crazy and like, dude, should I play this 10,000 coin game or whatever, you know? And I was like, dude, what in the hell are you even talking about? And he showed it to me. He's like, dude, download it and I'll play you in a couple and you can see what it's all about and see if you like it. So I did, and I was like, just immediately hooked. And it became like a competition between he and I quickly surpassed him and have just, you know, he doesn't even play anymore. This is Hooky Slicey. And I can keep a sniper on. 10-9. That's where we're going to start our adjustment off at. 10-9 and then take 20 more. Crank up the tops and just a notch more. We cranked up the top spin a notch too much. Why didn't I trust myself? Oh, well. If we got any kind of tailwind, then we have another Hooky Slicey shot up there and we can make it, even bail ourselves out of the rough. Oh, that's what you mean by real billiards. Got it. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Here I am thinking when you said real billiards, that was like the name of an app or something. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yes. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm the same way with darts. Yeah, I play dart leagues. Yeah. There's actually just a big event here. It's a new format that we're running out. It's called Dart Players St. Louis. And it's a 9-tour exhibition of long format 501 with a round robin and then a championship and a consolation brackets out of that round robin. And the first event of the year was this last weekend. I went down and played in it. Did not have a lot of success. I went 7-8 in the round robin, so not particularly good. Oh, yeah. Bailout wind is what this is. I'm not even going to have to use full topspin. Bailout. $23 rings. Bailout wind. Dan, no, I've never had a 9-dart leg. I have not. The closest I've come in steel tip darts, I've had a couple of 12s in steel tip. In soft tip, the scoring's a little bit differently in soft tip. So the majority of soft tip plays with what's known as a fat bowl. So the entire bullseye's worth 50 points. So basically everyone just shoots for the bowl. So that eliminates the possibility of a 9-dart leg. But I did shoot a 10 dart leg where I hit hat trick, bull, treble 17, bull. So 10 dart leg where I hit every dart, so it was a perfect leg, but not really, because it was played on a soft tip board on a fat bull. So no, I've never had a 9 dart leg. I'm not a big 180 hitter. I score steadily and I set up well and I finish, and I have to rely on that or it's no good. But I'm a ton 40 hitter, and I don't hit a lot of maximums. I am utilizing a new set of darts as of recently, though, that I'm really enjoying. So that's been a treat. A couple streams ago, I posted I had a nice 180 right before the stream, so I took a picture of it and used it on the right side for the picture. A nice new set of Mission darts. It's a relatively new brand. They're sold at a darts corner in the UK that we talked about. I think Pete said he lives like down the street from there or something. But, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's how I got into it. Shane was just playing with friends, dicking around, and I had a buddy of mine who got into a dart league, and they had a guy drop out, and he invited me to go play with him, and I was like, I am into this. I'm so into this, and I was like, I just want to get better, so I practiced like nonstop. Find our consistent line. We're gonna play it as a 9.3, let's call it. Pull back because we ended up on top of this little hill. Little baby curve back to the left. Didn't need that little baby curve, but I did it anyway. Would like to be within 2 yards here with this wind especially. What's wrong with the sniper, Dan? It's my favorite club. Uh-oh. What needs to be fixed with it? I love it. I love everything about it. My club of choice. Always and forever. Yeah, we're going to lose. Oh, no, we're not. That was a terrible shot. Well, we're doing a nice surgery here. Oh, no. I'm sorry, man. I just screwed him over so bad. When I didn't see it pop up right away, I figured he wasn't going to rematch, and so I went down to hit exit, and I tapped it right as soon as that replay popped up, so he's going to spin for about 45 seconds, and then... What? Yeah, the game's punishing me because I just did something stupid. I screwed that guy over. He's going to spin for like 45 seconds and then say opponent's already left, and I feel bad. Oh, nicely done, Shane. I aced one on this account in Expert. I think it's... I love that when people miss dunks. I got the ace on this account on one. I missed it on the other account, but I think I've got my adjustments down. It's a funnel hole. It's a funnel hole. You just got to find... If you got to hit perfect, basically. And there's a funnel that's going to go to the pin. And that's it. There's going to be 5, 6, 7. I mean, there's going to be a lot of different ways to play it. Quarterback, sniper, Wind 5, Kingmaker, Power 0. You know, there's going to be all kinds of different ways to play it. You just got to figure it out. It's a funnel hole. Every time they put that one in the tournament, it's just aces on aces on aces. You almost start to count on it. And if you don't get it, you know, you're dropping a shot on a good chunk of the field sometimes, which is a shame, you know. I mean, I get it. Sometimes there are tournaments that are like that, but they're just not my cup of tea. Play Cavalier ring play here. Why not? Who cares? Eventually, I'm going to hit a perfect with my thorn here, and this one's going to go in. It's not going to be this time, though, because I'm going to find the rough. Gotcha, Dan. Yeah. You know, it's for me, it's not necessarily about the club, it's about the hole. Certain holes seem to have tendencies where it seems like they're forced greats one way or the other way more often than on other holes. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, or if it's partially just self-fulfilling prophecy where somebody mentions it and you start thinking about it, or if it's actually a real thing. I mean, you would have to really like investigate a ton of different things to actually prove something like that. But you know, it's really frustrating when you see one that's in the yellow and it's a great shot. It's really frustrating when you're just like, I know I released that and it didn't do what it should have, you know. It's frustrating for sure. What do we got here? Oh man, how many rings do I want? I mean, let's call it a mid plus 15, 14. We'll call it